The city is a page of unwritten lines under the flicker of the neon signs. A spill of ink in a midnight glass, watching the ghost of the memories pass. The guitar is a flicker bright and keen, illuminating what is left unseen. A silhouetted vision, a steady hand, reaching across the quiet island land. The smoke is dancing in a focused line, in a choreography that's perfectly fine. Midnight ink will drown in the light, in the velvety heart of a cinematic night. A vibrant stillness, a lush embrace in the shifting center of this private place. Let it stain, let it rain. The street lights are blurred as the fire dies under the gaze of the tropical skies. I hear the shakers like the cooling sand, moving to the rhythm of the hidden band. The bass is a pulse, rhythmic and deep, in the hollow where the memories sleep. We're not the glare, we're the glow it leaves under the shelter of the wooden eaves. A rich vibration, a soulful sigh in the indigo heart of the sky. Heavy gold, the glow is a bridge, a steady flame, calling the evening by its secret name. A final vivid resonance of the string for the quiet comfort that the darkness brings. Stay in the slant, stay in the grace, in the heart of this high and a holy place. The ink is a memory, the heart is a home, where the wild spirits no longer roam. Will drown in the light, in the velvety heart of the cinematic night. A vibrant stillness, a lush embrace in the shifting center of this private place. Cedar grain, listening to the rhythm of the distant rain. The scent of amber and the yellowed leaf, a quiet refuge from the world of grief. The guitar is a whisper bright and wise under the glow of the lamplit skies. A vintage vision, a steady hand, turning the pages of this silent land. The dust is dancing in the golden comb, in a library that I call my own. Cedar and script written on the soul, making the broken spirit feel so whole. A vibrant wisdom, a lush embrace in the paper center of this private place. Let it breathe, let the ink weave. The ink is faded, but the truth is clear. Everything I need is waiting right here. I hear the shakers like the rustling page, meeting the spirit of a different age. The bass is a shelf, sturdy and deep, holding the secrets that the age pages keep. We're not the story, we're the hand that writes in the heavy stillness of the winter nights. A rich vibration, a soulful sigh, under the reach of the indigo sky. A steady flame, calling the silence by its secret name. A final vivid snap on the nylon string, for the quiet comfort that the verses bring. Stay in the chapter, stay in the grace, in the heart of this high and a holy place. The book is a memory, the heart is a home, where the wild spirits no longer roam. Cedar and script written on the soul, making the broken spirit feel so whole. A vibrant wisdom, a lush embrace in the paper center of this private place. Steps leading to the edge, standing on the jagged, salty ledge. The horizon is a razor, thin and gray, cutting through the remnants of the day. The guitar is a sparkle, soft and clear, chasing away the shadows of fear. No more secrets, no more hidden walls, only the spray of the water as it falls. Salt water pulse beating in the chest, where the heavy waves never find their rest. A sharp awareness, a wide open skin, watching where the ocean and the sky begin. Let it wash, let the gravity crush. Against the iron pier, everything is loud and everything is clear. I hear the shakers like the shifting tide, everything beautiful is held inside. The bass is a pulse, rhythmic and deep, moving where the hidden rivers flow. We're not the surface, we're the weight underneath, biting the air with the salty teeth. resonance of the string, for the quiet truth that the salt fields bring. The salt is a witness, the pulse is a sign that the edge of the world is finally mine.
degrees in the hollow of the room, a brittle silence like a frozen tomb, crystal fractures on the surface of the glass, watching the winter and the oxygen pass. The guitar is a feather light and thin, tracing the patterns where the dreams begin. No more distance, no more heavy light, only the coolness of the velvet night. Glacier clicks snapping in the deep, where the long shadows of the mountains sleep. A frozen awareness, a skin made of frost, counting the seconds that the winter cost. Let it freeze, hold the breeze. The air is thin as the gravity breaks under the pressure that the stillness makes. I hear the shakers like the falling sleet, turning the rhythm into something sweet. The bass is a murmur, soft and low, moving like water through the melting snow. We're not the winter, we're the warmth that hides, safe in the center where the heart resides. Is gone, waiting for the silver of the early dawn. The chill is a memory, a quiet pale flame, calling the morning by its ancient name. The final crystal chime upon the keys, floating away on the winter breeze. The glass is a witness, the click is a sign that the quietest moment is finally mine. The edge of the world is a blurred outline under the spell of the silver and pine. A blanket of white on the sleeping bay, waiting for the first cold touch of the day. The guitar is a light, steady and slow, cutting through the places where the mist flowers grow. No more borders, no more solid ground, only the silence that the morning has found. Hazy horizon opening the sky, where the long shadows of the memories lie. A velvet transition, a soft focus lens, watching where the dreaming and the waking ends. Let it fade into the shade. The air is a curtain of heavy silk, turning the water to a river of milk. I hear the rhythm like a heart beating gold, telling the stories that never get old. The bass is a path hidden and deep, leading through the valleys where the secrets sleep. We're not the anchor, we're the drifting boat, finding the balance where the spirits float.
becoming the near. The mist is a memory, a quiet white flame, calling the distance by its hidden name. A final warm swell of the morning light for the soft surrender of the vanishing night. The horizon is a witness, the haze is a sign that the quietest world is finally mine. Dust motes dancing in a column of light, a quiet rebellion against the night. The shadows are long and the edges are soft, carrying the weight of the day aloft. The guitar is a spark, vivid and bright, breaking the silence of the afternoon height. No more clutter, no more heavy sound, only the peace that the sunlight has found. Slanted sunbeam painting the floor, passing through the gap in the wooden door. A golden awareness, a warm focused lens, watching where the worry and the breathing ends. Let it glow, let it flow. The shadows expand, stretching across the quiet island land. I hear the shakers like the cooling sand, move into the rhythm of the hidden band. The bass is a pulse, steady and deep, in the hollow where the memories sleep. We're not the glare, we're the glow it leaves, under the shelter of the wooden eaves. The glow is a bridge, a steady flame, calling the evening by its secret name. A final bright chime upon the strings for the quiet comfort that the sunlight brings. The beam is a witness, the spark is a sign that the warmest moment is finally mine. Is flowing on the velvet sleeve, a story only the quiet can believe. The nib is sharp and the paper is old, turning the silver into stories untold. The guitar is a whisper, dry and near, holding the secrets that I need to hear. No more clutter, no more heavy sound, only the grace that the pen has found. Scripted velvet, tracing the line where the shadow
focus lens, watching where the writing and the breathing ends. Let it stain, let it remain. The air is heavy with the scent of the page. Under the lights of this private stage, I hear the shakers like the scratching pen, starting the cycle all over again. The bass is a pulse, steady and low, moving where the deepest feelings flow. When not the noise, we're the quiet between, living the moments that remain unseen. Watching the city and the promises sleep. The script is a memory, a quiet pale flame, calling the morning by its secret name. A final soft resonance of the string, for the elegant truth that the silence can bring. The velvet is a witness, the script is a sign that the most private moment is finally mine. Is flowing on the velvet sleeve, a story only the quiet can believe. The nib is sharp and the paper is old, turning the silver into stories untold. The guitar is a whisper, dry and near, holding the secrets that I need to hear. No more clutter, no more heavy sound, only the grace that the pen has found. Scripted velvet tracing the line, where the shadow and the ink entwine. A textured awareness, a soft focus lens, watching where the writing and the breathing ends. Let it stain, let it remain. The air is heavy with the scent of the page. Under the lights of this private stage, I hear the shakers like the scratching pen, starting the cycle all over again. The bass is a pulse, steady and low, moving where the deepest feelings flow. Where not the noise, we're the quiet between, living the moments that remain unseen. Sleep. The script is a memory, a quiet pale flame, calling the morning by its secret name. A final soft resonance of the string, for the elegant truth that the silence can bring. The velvet is a witness, the script is a sign that the most private moment is finally mine.
The The ceiling fan is turning slow and tired in the heavy heat that the rain required. A lazy smoke is curling near the door, shadows dancing on the wooden floor. The guitar is a whisper, damp and old, strumming through the stories that were never told. No more hurry, no more searching eyes, only where the heavy warm silence lies. Humidity and her say drifting in the air, finding all the secrets that we used to share. A sultry saudade, a velvet-covered ache, watching where the dreaming and the longing break. Let it soak, let the spirit spoke. The windows weeping with the salty dew. Everything is old and everything is new. I hear the quica like a hidden bird, speaking in a language that is never heard. The bass is a heartbeat, thick and slow, moving with the river where the memories flow. We're not the storm, we're the stillness after, echoing the ghosts of a vanished laughter. Now the night is saturated, deep and blue, tracing every shadow that belongs to you. The ache is a rhythm, a steady pulsing flame, calling the darkness by its private name. A final breathy trailing of the voice, for the quiet beauty of a faded choice. The mist is a witness, the heat is a sign that the dampest hour is finally mine. The ice is melting in a shallow glass, watching the amber-colored minutes pass. A single candle flickering on the wall, shadows growing long inside the hall. The guitar is a ghost, soft and thin, brushing past the surface of the skin. No more noise, no more neon glare, only the velvet of the evening air. Amber tremolo, shaking like a leaf, in the quiet hollow of a sweet relief. A vintage saudade, a golden hued ache, watching where the memories and the ripples break. Let it shake, for the spirit's sake. The velvet curtain hides the silver moon, humming a low and a lone
distant sob, echoing the rhythm of a heart's own throb. The bass is the anchor, heavy and deep, holding all the promises we couldn't keep. We're not the flame where the glow it throws, in the secret garden where the nightshade grows. The glass is empty and the fire is low. Nowhere left for the tired heart to go. The ache is a melody, a slow, steady tide, pulling out the secrets that we used to hide. A final shimmering chord on the keys, floating on the current of a midnight breeze. The amber is a witness, the shake is a sign that the loneliest hour is finally mine. The scent of cedar in the morning air, a tangled ribbon in your uncombed hair. The ink is drying on the unread page, a quiet song for a silent age. The guitar is a heart, wooden and warm, holding the steady before the storm. No more distance, no more cold regret, only the things we haven't whispered yet. Cedar and script written in the dust, of fragile beauty that we learned to trust. A vintage saudade, a paper thin ache, watching where the ink and the silence break. Let it ride into the light. The library is hushed as the shadows crawl across the sketches on the study wall. I hear the shakers like a turning leaf, a brief relief for a long-held grief. The bass is the anchor, steady and slow, rooted in the earth where the memories grow. We're not the words, we're the space between, the hidden truth of what is heard and seen. Is closed and the lamp is dim, a quiet prayer and a hollow hymn. The ache is a rhythm, a steady ancient flame, calling the morning by its private name. A final sharp resonance of the wood for all the things that we understood. The cedar is a witness, the script is a sign that the most honest hour is finally mine. A bitter stain inside a porcelain ring. The ghost of every song we used to sing. The steam is rising in a ghostly curl. The quiet center of a turning world. The guitar's a shadow, dark and wide, looking for the places where the feelings hide. No more sugar, no more velvet lies, only where the cold and honest morning lies. Porcelain echo ringing in the ear, the only language that I'm left to hear. A vintage saudade, a ceramic cake, watching where the surface and the spirit break. Let it ring, let the memory cling. The kitchen's hollow as the shadows creep over the promises we couldn't keep. I hear the creak like a distant door creaking on the hinges of a forgotten lore. The bass is a murmur heavy and deep, guarding all the secrets that the lonely keep. We're not the vessel, we're the dregs below, in the silent current where the endings flow. Now the cup is cold and the light is thin, tracing every crack that's on the skin. The ache is a rhythm, a steady fading flame, calling the silence by its private name. A final resonant strike on the rim for the quiet finish of a morning hymn. The porcelain is a witness, the echo is a sign that the emptiest hour is finally mine. The world is a radio turned to the wall, listening to nothing, listening to it all. The grid of the city is a map on the floor, but I've locked the handle and bolted the door. The guitar is a whisper, jagged and slow, measuring the places where the shadows go. No more faces, no more borrowed light, only the gravity of the velvet night. Internal gravity pulling me down, where the noise of the people can no longer drown. A private saudade, a weightless ache, watching where the surface and the spirit break. Let it pool, let the heart be full. The clock is a pulse that I don't have to beat, safe from the friction of a crowded street. I hear the creak like a muffled cry under the dome of a windowless sky. The
bass is an anchor deep in the chest, in the only corner where the mind can rest, where not the movement, where the stillness kept, in the secret garden where the silence slept. The skin is a border and the breath is a sign that the only kingdom remaining is mine. The ache is a rhythm, a steady calm flame, calling the darkness by its ancient name. A final deep resonance of the soul for the pieces of me that I finally hold. The silence is a witness, the weight is a sign that the loneliest hour is perfectly mine. The ink of the night is starting to bleed into the hunger and into the need. The line of blue on the edge of the sheet, where the cold air and the memory meet. The guitar is a shadow, fluid and soft, carrying the weight of the silence aloft. No more static, no more clicking sound, only the peace that the blue has found. Indigo threshold, stepping across, counting the gain and counting the loss. A vintage saudade, a pale colored ache, watching where the night and the morning break. Let it fade for the blue's sake. The room is a filter of sapphire and bone, where the heart learns to be quiet alone. I hear the silence like a heavy deep sea, closing the distance between you and me. The bass is a pulse, hollow and wide, moving where the deepest of feelings hide. Where not the light, we're the edge of the dark, watching for the very first freezing spark. The threshold is crossed and the blue is gone, fading into the silver of dawn. The ache is a rhythm, a steady cold flame, calling the light by its ancient name. A final warm resonance of the air, for the elegant weight that we have to bear. The indigo is a witness, the chill is a sign that the quietest world is finally mine. silver polish on a darkened frame, a quiet in a memory with a hidden name. The light is left but the warmth remains, like the softest ghost in the window panes. The guitar is a ribbon, satin and slow, winding through the places where the shadows grow. No more friction, no more sharp-edged sound, only the luster that the night has found. Lingering luster, painting the air, finding the beauty that we didn't share. A vintage saudade, a polished up ache, watching where the surface and the spirit break. Let it glow, let it flow. The air is a mirror of what used to be, reflecting the silence between you and me. I hear the stillness like a deep calm sea, setting the weight of the moment free. The bass is an anchor, muffled and low, steady in the current where the feelings go. We're not the fire, we're the glow it leaves under the shelter of the wooden ease. Fading and the room is wide, with nowhere left for the heart to hide. The ache is a rhythm, a steady soft flame, calling the darkness by its private name. A final shimmering resonance of the string, for the quiet comfort that the shadows bring. The glow is a witness, the spark is a sign that the most elegant hour is finally mine. The evening is a circle wide and clear, holding every word we didn't hear. The air is a fluid, a steady warm flow, tracing the path where the memories go. The guitar is a ribbon, satin and long, weaving through the structure of a wordless song. No more static, no more clicking sound, only the peace that the orbit has found. Silent orbit turning in the dark, without a flame and without a spark. A vintage saudade, a polished up bake, watching where the surface and the spirit break. Let it turn, let the stillness burn. The room is a vessel of amber and glass, watching the heavy slow minutes pass. I hear the silence like a deep calm sea, setting the weight of the moment free. The bass is an anchor, muffled and low, steady in the current where the feelings go. We're not the movement, we're the steady release, finding the center of a private peace. The keys are resting in their silver tray. The light is fading from the hallway gray. No more static, no more heavy sound. Only the silence that the journey found. The guitar is a bridge, elegant and thin, closing the circle where we first began. No more layers, no more hidden mask. The only answer to the final task. Final resonance ringing in the hall. Watching the shadows on the garden wall. A vintage saudade, a polished off fake. Watching where the spirit and the silence break. Let it go, let the ending grow. The room is empty but the air is bright, holding the remnants of 100 nights. I hear the stillness like a golden bell, breaking the surface of a long-held spell. The bass is a pulse, steady and clear, the only signal that I'm meant to hear. We're not the movement, we're the stillness kept in the secret garden where the music slept. Steady, calm flame, calling the morning by its private name. A final resonant vibration